live with our Moon Day Energy Checkup. I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, LILITH, reincarnated, here on a Moon Day. I saw, right before I came in, I saw the High Priestess crescent moon, and I saw Jupiter right above it. I was like, that explains a lot. I'm very much in my Jupiterian energy. What's up, everyone? You've been pulling those Queen of Wands. In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch what I put in my community page and the videos from yesterday. I did a freaking vomit video this morning, but I did not upload it. It ended on something to the effect of Haley Mathers and a dildo. What happened? I tried to alchemize the energy that Kanye West pulled out, and I ended up matching that shit and putting that shit on not just Kanye West, but Russ and Marshall at the same sequential time. It was quite the interesting video. After that, I had nothing to say for the rest of the motherfucking day. I didn't say shit. You didn't hear from me all day. What did I do? I did post that later. I did some laundry. The traffic took me like, fuck. That's what I told God. I was like, God, it's taking me a motherfucking fortnight to get to this fucking appointment. And then he kept putting old people in front of me, and we were laughing. At first, I thought it was a joke, and then it really became funny. And I started laughing so hard at him because he kept doing it all the time. He's so funny. He's fucking with me. But I got there exactly when I was supposed to get there, and then they blessed me with some bullshit. But what was really interesting was the time period. They're like, this shit could take up to 9 months. I was like, well, I'm lucky. Hey, hi, how are you? Anyways, going in with that, I was like, well, if that's the case, I don't go nowhere until this money comes, is what I know. And I was like, well, that gave me a sense of certainty. Something I never, ever get. Money's money, cool, yeah. I don't never know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not like, oh my God, I got all these plans to do all these great stuff. No, I don't know until God tells me to spend some money, and I usually tell him I don't want to. Why? Because it's just habit for me. Anyways, going back to it, but when they said that, I was like, all right, so I looked it up, and it's like, you know, best case scenario is like 16 weeks, which is 4 months, which is July, which is a season. 4 months is a season, right? But then he promised, and that's what I talked about yesterday, was God's promises. He promised me, oh, Amelia, you got to turn the fan on, at least to number 1. Oh, God, that's even worse. Thanks for the warning. I didn't smell it, but I felt the heat in the room. Okay. Well, at least I protected myself. Protection. From all kinds of enemies. Foreign and domestic. That was a good one, God. That was a good one. You're terrorist. You're terrorizing me. Going back to it. So I'm like, well, God said that we would be here. We would be somewhere and secure by the next school year. We're in a place where we can build up security. He says security's coming in the near future. So it seems as though I can sit down in the belief that I ain't going nowhere. Which is a good thing, because when you're always on the edge of your seat like I sit right now, it's like, I don't know what God's going to do. You know what I mean? In the sense of, he's preparing for all kinds of things, but it never, you know, he likes to play games with me. Obviously, he just wants me, and we talked about it before I got to this place of stability, before he was walking the horse around, is what I told you he keeps doing with me, before he put me in the stable. And so what I got out of that is stability is nearby, and we're going to, you know, weather the storm. So then it was like, I saw a projection, you know, a future projection in the sense of stay in the now. Just take things, you know, day by day. Still is always the course of action. But in the sense of, you know, I don't know. It just seems, you know, I have a future. A future here is what I see. For how long? At least 4 months, which is more than he usually gives me in the sense of foresight. He doesn't give me past today. Truthfully, he might give me an appointment for like 2 weeks ago or 2 weeks from now, but I'll completely forget it. Like I do an appointment, I'll completely forget, bro. That's what happened. Like, I've had this appointment for 3 days now and forgot it. The memory game is really hard around here. That's why it's like, no, I don't be thinking about you, bro. I don't think about shit. They put that shit in my head. They want me to think about some shit. Anyways, going back to it. So I had this blow-up moment this morning with Kanye and them, and then I went on about my business, and I just stuck in my body. I just was in my mind and my emotions for all day, just kind of, you know, doing what we do, looking back on where we've been. They pointed out something I said to Wolfman, and they showed me some dirt on Wolfman. They showed me what Wolfman's going through. I was like, oh, thanks. Didn't need to know that. Why would they do that? To install compassion and understanding. I don't care. I don't care, bro. Like, they make me care. I'm like, the not caring. I say that all the time. I don't care. And also, going back, I had posted this thing. It was funny. It shows this whole picture of the universe. And it's like, all of this, and I met you. And it's supposed to be like all special, like, oh, I'm so glad I met you. I'm like, dude, you better be so glad you met me, because I be in all parts of the universe. And that whole, you know, I'm seeing Royce. Royce is active. Logic, I was in your energy today. When? I don't know, musically. I was in your musical vibration. And that's what happened. It was old Logic, not the new one. I don't know where you're at and what you're up to. I really don't. But Royce, it was... What the fuck was I talking about? I always tell Royce, I'm an ain't shit doing bitch. But then when I'm ain't doing shit, I'm in the universe traveling through all that shit. And that's where it is. It's like, yeah, somebody write this down. You will not believe what I just saw. Going back to it, so, I don't know. I was just giving you the rundown as I run through these cards, and they're going to confirm my whole life story. Because, you know, that's what I do as the priestess, is I testify to God's fucking message. Anyways, so I did see some other stuff. There's a lot of, you know, change in the tarot read saying, you know, Wheel of Fortune and we're on top. And yeah, I'm glad to say that I can see clearly now. Oop, the rain is gone, and that's exactly what fell out of the deck. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. The fucking Ten of Cups. Can't make it up. It's the Ten of Cups. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey. Rewards. You reap the rewards. You reap what you sow. Oh, and that's what got me going. He always gets me going. This guy. That guy. It's gotta be that guy. It's not you. That's what I told him. It's definitely not you. I just want to point out, okay. Manipulation. Before we move on to this bullshit, let me just talk about that bullshit. He's a manipulator. So I guess, you know, when I finally came back to Earth and got on my phone, Russ had posted something in his story about, you know, he jumped off live and whoop-de-whoop, and I was like, thank God I missed it, is what I told him. So then he posts some clip of this next song that's coming out, talking about how he's so in love and he found the one, and, you know, are you tired of getting blowjobs? Are you tired of the fluffers over here? Yeah, he fluffed my feathers for sure. I was like, well, I'm glad for you. I'm very glad, as you know that I'm about to fall in love again. And you know I'm, like, you know, totally that girl. I'm glad you found it before I did, and, you know, congratulations and whatnot. Move on. Anyways, what I'm saying about manipulation, here he comes out with this song of, you know, he's in love and he found the one, and, you know, he didn't know what love was before he found this one. And naturally he's in a relationship with Jonica, so, you know, we really want to see this love come to life that you're so describing in your words. So beautiful. You really touched me with your song. Auto-tunes, turn it down, bro. Turn it down. Turn it down, bro. Turn off the lights. Dude, is this your panty dropper? Is this the big rig? The big rig? Your 18 Willa? He's the midnight killer. Can you tell I'm totally in creativity mode? I haven't even wrote a song. I mean, I wrote a lot of songs, but you know how it is as a songwriter. Or no, maybe you don't, because you're working so hard to make that one. I'm just having fun. Obviously, I'm in my, reap what he says that he's in that, that 10 of cups. I want to see. Cups up, bitch. What's in your cup? What's in your pocket? Isn't that your girlfriend's birthday or something anyways? It's her. Is this your redemption after the last song? That's my girl. Is this it? Now we get to see how you act when you're in love? Oh, lovely. You buy her shit. Lovely. I want romance. I want passion. I want true time. I want outdoors. I want connection. He's going to hang out with my kids and stuff too. We're going to be doing stuff in the kitchen and starting fires. In the bedroom. We're going to be fuck you and you. It's not you, bro. It's not you. And that's what was really creepy. Deja vu, you. I'm totally tearing him up, not even trying. I'm just trying to talk. This is really funny. I'm just trying to talk. I can't even talk. He comes up with the video and it's in his room and it's so creepy. It's like, oh God, I have this dark memory of being in that room with you. I got this dirty feel of that room. It's like, oh, and then you start scrolling, you're like, do you ever leave your room? New me, new you, huh? Alright, boo-boo, let's get on with it. 10 of cups. It's not you. You're driving me crazy. Oh God. Oh God. Let me clear my throat. Make room for a big one. Oh God. I'm being an 8 of cups right now, I guess. That's me. Come on, let's just keep moving. It might be her fist. Come on, be honest. Let's be honest, I'm in my Queen of Swords. Alright, moving on. What's the fucking cup? Cups up, bitch. Cups up. 10 of cups. Alright. If the 9 of cups is about personal achievement, the 10 of cups is about lasting achievement and happy relationship with others. Imagine me and you and me, no matter how you toss the dice. I can't stop, bro. It's just a constant flow of music. I don't need the radio. It's just, that's too much fuzz. I'm serious. I hear it all the time. Anyways, going on. Me and my happy relationships. This might be with your family, your friends, or a partner that you choose. Ooh, I get to choose somebody finally. We keep trying to choose the chosen one. The chosen one. Who's the fucking chose? I want to choose this guy. I want to fall in love. Stop making me love people. Dude. It is one of the most positive cards in the deck. It represents a perfection and satisfaction. Satisfaction. I can't get no. Alright, satisfaction of human relationships with love and support extending in all directions. This is the ultimate power of the Suit of Cups and the element of water, joy, and the wonder of life. I know, right? It's all adventurous. And I really have, high hopes. I'm going to get a job. And God's going to, we're going to go for, I don't know what God's really going to, I say that all the time. He be bullshitting us like a motherfucker. It's looking too good. I might win the lottery, dude. I gotta be honest. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but that thing's getting closer and closer to me. A couple people done won a couple $1 million here in Colorado for like the last couple weeks. It's trying to get to me. I just need to buy a ticket. Kind of fell off. It's true. And that's part of the whole dealy deal. Anyways, but it's not like he's gonna give it to me. I gotta do so much. We gotta get some of this stuff put out and put on, and I put on for my, we got to do all that too. Yeah. This is the ultimate power of the Suit of Cups, and yeah. And then there's you. The reverse card denotes relationships gone wrong. I don't know. He says everything's going right in his relationship, that he's in love. Way to go, dude. Way to go. Next is marriage and a baby, right? Ooh, that movie made me ill. What movie? Mona Lisa Smile. I'm not smiling, bro. I'm not smiling. Oh, God, you can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Oh, I can do both. I can do both. That's how I believe. There may be family quarrels, broken friendships, heartbreaks, even violence, divorce, and isolation. Well, that's what Lumen Moon Tarot says is going on out there. I don't really listen to anyone else anymore because, you know, she rocks. And you rock too. She's kind of cool, dude. She ain't talking about all kinds of witchcraft and all kinds of, you know, all this dirty and some other dirties. Well, you know, somebody had a dirty STD. Take some time to consider your situation, weigh up what you want and what you don't, but recognize you played a part in what's happening. I'm going to release the video. I was just like, oh man, this is going to cut some throats, dude. There's going to be blood everywhere. Because the whole point of it was telling these bitches that you got to have accountability when you step up and step out. And so then the Neiman Marcus or whatever that was, Neiman came out, and I was very inhumane to these men. I cut them up into little bitty pieces, and I challenged Marshall to a duel, and I hit him right where it hurts. And then I dropped the mic. I was like, oh, maybe we should just go wash your clothes instead. Let's go wash the blood in the Ford, right? Be the washer of the Ford. We had to switch into a different, you know, a different fucking personality in that moment. Just kidding. Going back to it, whatever is going on in your relationships is your fault. And it can end up in heartbreak, violence, divorce, or isolation. Take some time to consider the situation. I don't know. Let's see Tree. There's a lot of those douchebags. Like, as soon as they have to face their girl or their girl gets in their face, they run into another girl to go, you know, cry in their boobs. I know, she was a bitch, huh? I feel so sorry for you. Fuck that bitch. And then you want to come spend the night at my house? Don't be that bitch. Hey, what was that song you made, Marshall? It was a remix with The Weeknd. Yeah, there you go. Don't be remixing your weekend, is what I heard. What's our spiritual work at hand? Ooh. On a moon day. Moon day. Hey, I wanna say something right now. I have to say it because it made me reflect on today. This is what the moon is about. I wear this little jumper, and it was very low cut. No lower cut than any. It was not even like as. It was like in this. Alright, so they say the highest high heel is a 6-inch stiletto, right? This thing was like a 3-inch, right? It was like not even really low cut. But my big ass titties was hanging out like bam. And I was like, damn. And I was trying to hide them. I took this really cute outfit and put a fucking sweater on it like Mr. Rogers. I'm like, damn. I just had to point it out. I have not worn anything like that. Like, my tank tops don't even do that. Like, I was like, damn, tuck them back. Don't bend over. Don't move. Don't bounce. It was a funny moment. Again, I'm a whole child. I'm just reflecting back on the outfit I wore today. I don't know if I was made for that outfit or if it really was made for me. I just feel like it was a show to be seen, and I was like trying to hide that scene. That's what I told my daughter. It's like, you think it's too much? What?
You dropped a card. It's under your...
There's a card down there?
Yeah, it's under your thing.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. It's upside down, too. It's puzzling. What is it?
Ooh.
Could be an air sign. I can't. Come on. Let's get through the underworld and go to the moon. Nope, there's the tower first, and then we go to your moon. Did you guys go through a tower this weekend? Alright. That's how it works. Let me show you. Let me show you. On a Friday, you have to face your demons and your darkness, right? I mean, yeah, pretty much. Right? The tower comes. It's like, oh, I gotta face it. It all falls down. It all falls down. And then on a Sunday, you're like, oh, I can see clearly now. I can see the bright light. Everything's gonna be alright. And then here comes a moon day. We're on track. We're on path. Tomorrow our 10-day forecast changes. Thank goodness, because that forecast was bad, wasn't it? We got earthquakes and hurricanes and tornadoes and everything they said. It was all flooded in Miami and shit. I was like, I don't die. The cards just happened to align with the planetary energy, which you noticed. That's what happened. Because, in essence, I was like, I was blaming the planets. That whole eclipse did all this. But it wasn't just the eclipse, because the cards pulled it out of their energy. And that's what I just want to show you, is that in that picture, all of those realities are casting energy onto our reality, and vice versa. On the path of initiation, the moon speaks of knowledge attained through divine madness and inspiration from the unconscious, but the moon is a mirror that reflects back your inner world and can be a distorted one. The power of imagination can be used creatively or to terrorize you with fear. Alright, I have to upload that video. Dang, it's deadly. It's gonna piss you off. Anyways, moving on. I ain't scared. Never scared. Came out of my mouth. I just wasn't ready for you to... I don't think God was ready for you to receive that. Maybe on a Tuesday, when He gives you the strength to overcome it. It's gonna get you, Marshall. It's coming for both of you. All three of you, bro. I tell you what, I King of Swords the shit out of you. I cut you deep, bro, in that video. All three of you. I cut you down to your fucking atom. Woo! You're excited, aren't you, right? Stay tuned for the next episode. Past, present, future, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, going back to it. The gift of the sun and the moon, logic and imagination, conscious and unconscious, must be used in balance. In a reading, the moon can indicate deception. Perhaps you are being deceived and all isn't as it seems. Or you're letting your imagination run away with you and deceiving yourself. This card often appears when you feel lonely and lost and the path ahead is unclear. This is a time to turn away from outward concerns and look inwards. It can bring psychic awakenings, insights, dreams, visions, as well as nightmares, fears, and anxieties. And I balanced that quite well today. Because in essence, to go out into the world, I had to be in my masculine. I had to push my body, right? But on a moon day, I have to go with my feelings. I can only do what I feel like doing. So on this day, I felt like doing the things I didn't want to do. And I did them well without, you know what I mean? I just did them. And during that time, I did all of my typical moon day energy where I was able to just sit and reflect. Whereas I had a perfect balance today. You know what I mean? My mind wasn't running. I was just reflecting as I was, you know what I mean, doing my little runarounds. I feel like I was extremely grounded in it. I think it was a good day. The power of the moon cannot be denied, and the more you try, the stronger it will get. Allow your intuition to guide you, but be careful not to misinterpret its messages in the mirror of your desires and prejudice. That's what I talked about earlier in that video. Whew. The moon reverse reveals deep emotional issues, anxieties, as your imagination runs riot. You feel paralyzed by fear as you see danger and betrayal everywhere. But your problems are within your own mind. I talked about that all in that video, dude. I hit them. I said, this is all your guys' fucking creation. You guys are mad. Straight mad. This card can suggest mental illness or a retreat into a fantasy world. Though you may feel especially psychic at the moment, or think you're experiencing dreams and signs, you're misinterpreting them and imagining them. I don't know what Russ thinks, and that's what I said. I don't know what the fuck you fucking people think. Like, you're far out there. You're far out there. You're far out of reality, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong, so am I. I'm fully aware that I live in an alternate reality. But the difference is I see your reality from outside. I'm very aware of the mass consciousness. You know what I mean? The collective, as we call it, the matrix that's going on in front of me. I dive into it. I maintain myself while I'm in it, but I don't get absorbed by it or become it. And you guys are like literally like viruses in it, to be honest. It's a really cutthroat video. Let me just say the reverse meaning of the King of Swords, because I think we went a little reversed on that one. I think I didn't harness it too well. And maybe I did. But when I ended, I literally ended on that note. You're like, what note? Haley Mathers has a dildo? You're like, you said that? Yeah, I've said, I don't give a shit. I fear no man. What, I'm scared of him? What's he gonna do, punch me like he did his last wife? I'm not his wife. I'm not gonna take that shit. Oh, did that hurt? That was your most power, right? You could punch a girl. You could beat a woman that loved you. Lovely. Very powerful. That's what Kanye's doing on the internet, too. Lovely. Powerful. I don't know. Russ says he's completely in love and he's found the one. Lovely. Powerful. Reverse king can indicate a miscarriage of justice, duplicity, professional reject. That was probably me. You may have been taken in by a criminal or an unscrupulous lawyer, or been let down by an uncaring doctor or absent father. The King of Swords reverse could be telling you that you have too much air in your makeup. For you, the intellect and the idea is all important, not the application of them. Because of this, very few of your brain waves become realized and are ultimately wasted. This is Ali, fully. This is Ali, and this is totally Russ. Listen to this. For you, the intellect and the idea is all important. Meaning you have a great idea about a song, and that's the greatest. Not the application of them, what you do with the song. Because of this, very few of your brain waves, or these songs, become realized are ultimately wasted. You need to develop the other elements in equal balance to realize your full potential. Meaning, you only, as an independent artist, you must accept that you're going to take on all roles to keep yourself up with them. And again, that's what I told Russ, is like, I'm over watching you produce in your bedroom. I left Heaven's Gate because it was the same shit. They'll let anybody in those gates. Yeah, I said it. I motherfucking said it. You don't even filter that shit at all. You'll let anybody on that mic. There's no exclusivity. And actually, didn't you come up with some crazy project that you were supposed to launch and it never actually went anywhere now that we're talking about it? Royce the 5'9" and some clothing. You went with some fucking merch too. Right? Right. That's alright. You got Logic over there pushing baby clothes for his girl. And Russ over here with his new merch that he's signing. Marshall's celebrating his 5th anniversary merch. You guys are great. I love you guys. You're great. You're great entertainment, for sure. You are great entertainers. If this card indicates a person, the reverse King of Swords is a mentally unbalanced man who has become critical, sarcastic, and cynical, perhaps even sadistic. His mental agility makes him feel superior to others, and he enjoys humiliating them. Oh, is that you, Marshall? Oh no, that was Kanye. Oh shit. Wait till you hear about Russ. He could be violent and abusive towards those around him, and he is frustrated and angry with the whole world. I'm gonna punch him in the face, right, Marshall? You're gonna come attack me? You're gonna come attack the priestess because she was talking about your daughter and her sexual behaviors? You can't talk about my daughter. I'll talk about her when you're dead. What are you gonna do then? Get a life. Get a wife. And so you can beat her. Right? That's your whole fucking career. That's your whole story, right? How you beat on people. And then you want to sit back and like, here's you know, the fucking, here's Kanye trying to wear your skin. Get out of my face. Greatest in the world. What is that song? All of you that made that song. Let's wait for Lil Wayne to come in on some bullshit. Everybody you work with is some bullshit. Like attracts like, right? 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 You know, as soon as I said that, I saw them all lined up and I saw Pac. And he said it. He told you to walk the fuck away. That you were going to get caught up in the fucking association. But you know what? You deserve to. You deserve the karma of what you did to other people's careers. They deserve to wash your fucking music though completely down the fucking drain. That whole frequency of hate. That whole frequency of hate. And you know, our president has the power to do such things. He can censor the shit out of your shit and make it go away. They should. Did you ever say anything good about anybody ever in your whole career? That's why they should make Kanye go away. That's why they should make most of you go away, right? At least take away your voice because you don't use it for anything good. There's this old saying, right? There's this great saying. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, then shut the fuck up. Right? So again, I tried to alchemize it, but I keep matching it. As you can see, I keep fucking matching it. So I'm not really doing so well with this particular area in my life. We're gonna move on. Let's move on, please. What's the outcome? Strength. It's really in order. Oh, my Knight of Wands is coming. Ooh. I wanna sex you up. I know, I'm gonna try on my lingerie. We're getting married and stuff, making babies and whatnot. I was like, that's exciting. That's exciting. While I'm learning to explore, you're gonna be just sitting around getting fucked. That's nice. I like that. Comes right after the lovers. My chariot has arrived. This card is about inner strength. It shows the young girl dressed in white, symbolized by purity and higher spiritual awareness. These three beasts represent physical prowess, passion, sexual energy, and animal instinct. She does not have or desire power over them, but works in union with them. Inner strength can only be achieved through understanding and accepting your wild nature, bringing it into consciousness, and using its positive aspects while taming its negative qualities. That's what I talked about to Russ and in the video, but I feel like my negative qualities came out a little. I don't know. I'm really not, like, obviously if I'm repeating it, I said it, I represent it. But anyways, so that you are not driven by the destructive impulses, fears, and passions. Peace, inner strength, and happiness can only come from within. They do not depend on external circumstances, wealth, or a perfect body. And that's what's funny is I had to find peace in the life that I was to have wealth and a perfect body. I had to believe in the body that I had was perfectly fine. I had to believe that I was wealthy enough and that even with nothing, I had everything. That's how and it's like, how did you alchemize it? Oh, bro, no, it didn't. Talking about you found the cheat code. No, I did not. I struggled every day with it. I still struggle. I have plenty of money in the bank, but still wake up with the fucking intention to hustle. I told you, what did I say? I'm gonna get a job. It's always there. Because that's always what I did. Will I do what I always did? Or will I do something differently? And that's it too, is like, you know, they said I have to be productive. I haven't told them about all of this. Right now, all I gotta do is sit down with them on Thursday. Fuck, I gotta double check. Fuck, I forgot. And, you know, from there, we're just making sure the kids got into school. Then from there, we set another, you know, milestone is what we call these things. And as long as we're tackling our milestones weekly, then we're, you know, staying productive. And in the sense of, you know, what are your goals? I'm working right now. I'm trying to get a documentary out. I'm in a position right now. I have all of the material. I have everything. I'm trying to make the connections. I'm trying to work at that. I can get a physical job. I don't need a physical job right now because of my current income status. But, you know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a career instead of a job. And kind of see what they say about that. But I had totally considered getting a job, you know, during these hours. And we can always stay on track. But I'm working on a career. Your body will age, will grow, and will die, but your spirit will not. There will always be a conscious part of you that is not old, not ill, and not progressing towards death. And that's what it said. Who was it? I don't know. Somebody popped up on my thing, and when I was doing laundry, when I was moving shit around, and I heard it. I think it was Turning Tides. she said all of this. She said, you're in the Wheel of Fortune. You have all of these great aspects in love and in business, and it looks like you're aging backwards. And it's like, I very much am doing all of that stuff. I've never been this thin. And that's it too. Older people actually just start thinning out. They really do. Could just be that, in a sense. But whatever, and that was another thing I posted, is like, they're currently asking me to manifest my next life. What do you want to do in your next life? The hard times are over. It's just going to be a cake ride of happiness and joy. It'll be a blink of an eye in 55 years. A person's life goes by real fast, and the older you get, the faster these years start going by, bro. Like, it's a blink of an eye. In the sense of, they want me to, they want me to commit to something in my next life. I'm like, geez, I don't know. I have to make, I have to manifest it, and it's in the teachings. What you think about your next life shall be. You manifest your next moves. And they're trying to convince me to, it's what they said earlier in the car. It's like an ascending master is a master at coming back and helping the beings ascend, all beings. So you've always been an ascending master. That's what you do, is come back. They're trying to convince me to come back to another reality and help another, set of beings. No, not right now. In a little bit. We're almost done. I'm not really convinced. I'm not convinced about this. I just am not. Just knowing, you know what I mean? I really didn't enjoy this experience. But again, they're going to put 55 years of enjoyment to try to get, to smooth over the deal. But ultimately, it'll have to be all of that again. It's like, oh, God. Go through another race of unawoken humans and get them awoken. Get this, start the wheel. Oh, man. I'm just, I'm not the only ascending master. They get to sit wherever they're at. They're not. They're on a different planet. They're totally doing it somewhere else. They're just at different places at different times and meet together at that time. It's kind of like, Star Wars, where they come in as, those holographics. It's like, where are you at? We're all in different places. We're doing the same job. Trying to save all of humanity. Or not just humanity, but all the beings. In all the lower realms. The karmic realms. There's a lot of existence out there. What movie was that? They said that. There's a lot of other planets than this one. Somebody said that. Now is not the time to act in anger. You will regret it. Don't doubt yourself. Draw on deep strength that lies within you and keep going. And see a task through until to its end successfully. Results may not be immediate, but the situation will improve, and eventually you will be rewarded for your efforts. And I'm not rushing it. I'm not, bro, because again, that's saying I can make you a celebrity overnight. It's not going to take much. Did you know, I saw it on Google, that Vanity Fair just did a fucking piece on twin flames? Meaning they're curious. All I gotta do is reach out to that's what the Holy Spirit wants me to do, and I'm hesitant. Reach out to them and tell them to come watch your videos. Tell them that you are a twin flame and that you're the twin flame of all of their celebrities. I was like, no, bro, that's gonna blow this shit up way too fast. It's gonna happen so fucking fast, bro. Everywhere. The ascension, it's not just a terminology that's being spread. When I went to go get my new bag, can I show it to you? I have to show it to you. There's this fucking antique store. Hold on a second. Next to the laundromat that I'm at. And I mean, these motherfuckers, everything in there was over $500. All these little pieces of jewelry and shit. And I'm walking around and then I get tired and I'm like, I was like, and it just came out. I'm looking for a small Native American bag to carry around my neck. They would have been made out of leather. I was like, so I can carry my stones. I was like, you know this place better than me and I'm getting taken away by everything I'm looking at. Can you help me find it? So I know exactly where to look. I was like, so she had to get the keys to open it up, and she's like, I'm scared to see how much it costs. She's like, this particular case is always a surprise to me. So I get this cool bag, and here's all my stones. that I carry. I told you I wanted one to wear around my neck. I can't wear it all the time because it could easily catch, but I can have it with me, and I had it wrapped up in my purse, and I can wear it when I need to. But anyways, I tell her, and then she opens it up. It was like $4. It was super cool. Where was I going about with this? Oh, anyways, you know, manifestations and taking time with all of this stuff. It's like, you know, I said I was going to do these things, and it's because I see these things happening, and it's like, I'm not rushing. Because these are like the last days of calmness. There's a lot of work to be done. And believe it or not, when I open up those vaults, and we start going through those videos, I'm pulling out wounds. Those are very painful videos, bro. It was a first-time look at my life. I had a quick glimpse into my life. It would heal it and go, heal it and go, heal it and go, and kept going. And there's a lot of it. I don't know what I really heal. There's so much of it, because it's like, you know, trying to keep up with me is impossible. And it's going to be very extraordinary to try to put it into a, you know what I mean, words. But at the same time, that's what I have to do, is I have to explain each video. I have to explain it. I can't just shove them out there, because nobody knows who I am. You know, so I have to put it into series. And I have to see it to put it into, you know what I mean? I have to relive it and explain myself, what I was going through. Watch what I was doing at those times. It's reliving the past. And then I have to narrate it. You know what I mean? That's what the whole documentary will be. And in order to do that, you know, that's immense emotional roller coasters. That's going back to things that I think I healed, but now I'm going to be in a different state, and seeing how painful it was for me, and looking these people in the face. I never really had time to look anybody in the face, because as soon as I would wipe the tears from this person, I had tears from another. I had too much built up memories and emotions that it was a never-ending trial to get them to calm down. Some of you can make it through a day, and there's like maybe one memory that just keeps popping up every day, every other day, once a week, only when you're laying down at night. When I woke it up, dude, it was one terrible memory after another. And I couldn't force them to go away. I'd be stuck in one, just dying, until I would say, okay, it's okay, and I'd finally, you know, get up from some kind of rest. Only to fucking take a breath, smoke a cigarette, and then bam, right in my face, another memory of something terrible that someone had done to me. And I'm right back down, you know what I mean, on my knees, crying again about something terrible that had happened in my life. Trying not to be overcome by pain, by shame, by embarrassment, but that's exactly what I felt every time. I didn't know what was done to me, and now all of a sudden it's coming out of my mouth, and before I have time to even know it, I've already told the whole world. And now I'm sitting there, because not everyone was watching during each of those lives, but I'm sitting there and I'm like naked in front of the stars, literally, you know what I mean, superstars, and I just saw something and said something, and now I can't believe what I said, what poured out of me, and it was really my truth, and no matter who's watching, I gotta deal with this right now. And that's the amazing part, is it didn't matter who was watching, it was that I would deal with it right then. And the fact is that all the layers of pain and suffering that came out is what teaches you guys how to take that journey into your layers. It makes you comfortable. It doesn't. It triggers you to where, God, okay, I can't take it. Turn off the channel. I can't listen to what they did to this girl. But that's the cool part, because then you'll see me standing tall next to it and know that it has a happy ending. It's gonna be okay. And that's what it is. I'm gonna be okay. And that's where, you know, the practitioners couldn't understand it. And I always say I'm the girl that lived. A human brain, and that's what caused my, you know what I mean, my mental illness to be so severe. A human brain and body, and that's exactly what they said. The brain and the body can only take so much pain before it snaps. And my brain snapped into 7 different pieces, and each of those pieces held as much as they could before, you know what I mean, it started pouring out. And it wasn't like any of them held, you know, they were trying to hide certain things from me that they deemed. Bobby was one. They would not let me have Bobby. They wouldn't let me into that. Go figure. 2 years in, it was never nice. But in essence, it's just like, you know, it's breaking out these layers, and it's opening all of this. It's opening Pandora's box of pain and suffering. You know? And what happens is when you... It forces people to reflect in their life. It's going to force everyone else into their own pains and sufferings. It's going to force the awakening. It's going to push it. At the same time, that's the type of shit that you guys fucking love. You love all that shit. You live off of that kind of negativity that's in the world. You like these scripted stories of how somebody got raped, or somebody, you know, drug dealers, or how, you know what I mean, they crossed the borders, or how, you know what I mean, you love all these crazy stories, and it's like, it's not scripted, it's scripted by God, and so it's like, it's an amazing story. But in the background, you got to realize there's a human being, not a fucking... You're not an actress. I'm not an actress. But I guess in essence, you know, if you think about it, we put on the skin and we play the role. I don't know. Let me finish up this card. So, you know, going back to that, it's like, it's about to blow. And I'm the one that writes all the books and shows what happens if you do, you know what I mean? I can answer, I'm all the answers to it. I'm not. I access all the answers. My glasses are dirty. Alright, let's keep moving on. This card appears in a reading cautioning you to beware of your instinctive reactions to a situation. Now is not the time. Yeah, we talked about that. Draw on your deep strength that lies within and keep going and see a task through till it ends successfully. Results may not be immediate, but the situation will improve eventually. You will be rewarded for your efforts. And that's it too, is, you know what I mean? They'll want to study me. I'll be a whole fucking study guide. And that's what it is too. On top of the fact of everything else I gotta do. I'm supposed to get married and have kids and all that bullshit too. I know. Aggression comes from a place of fear and the polar opposite of strength. The reverse card indicates that you're giving into the instinct and perhaps extreme reactions. You must gain control over the impulses, reconnect with your inner strength, and avoid lashing out at others in a way that you may come to regret. And that's what I was saying. Did I have regrets about how I lashed out? I don't know. Looking back at it, the whole point of this story is taking accountability that this is who we are and this is what we're capable of, and you have to be aware of, you know what I mean, just that. It's like, that's what I told her in the video, you know, that's what happened with Russ. Yesterday, Russ came out in a video talking a whole bunch of shit. And my response to him was, explaining yourself again, huh? And he deleted the video. Meaning I made him aware of what he was doing. And he wanted to hide that part of him. And I told you in the post last night, well, I told him. And I used to tell Marshall all the time, Marshall, I just want to close down my page, bro. I just want to hide. I'm so embarrassed about what came out of my mouth, how I acted, the things that I said, the way that my life has been, the things that people will judge me of. You know, I just want to just destroy it. And sometimes I would turn off my page quite often out of shame and embarrassment. I'd never delete fully, but I want that. I know that feeling of you wish it would just go away. But what's the ultimate version of that? Me? 39 years of your life gone because you wished it would go away and it worked? You have no idea how scary it was to wake up and not have any memories. To have a faint idea of who these people were, but couldn't have a memory of when you were with them last, or before, or where they are. Why you don't talk anymore. Why they're not in your life. Why they don't call you. Why you have no messages from these people. You're living in the past. You have memories of these people that don't exist in your present. You don't even know what's going on. I prayed to forget, and I forgot. That's not a blessing, bro. People think it is, but it's not. Alzheimer's and, you know what I mean? What's that other one? It starts with a B. Dementia. Losing your mind isn't a great thing. It actually, you know, in essence, you want it to calm. You want to have peace over the mind. But you don't want to lose it because that's what stores this whole experience. It's all stored in there. Everything you've ever seen or witnessed is stored in there. Mine is a blank-ass slate. It just knows things. It's like fucking Jason Bourne. I don't know how I know these things. I just know. Where did you learn this? And then I can maybe pull up the memory of where I saw it on a TikTok or a Facebook or something. I saw a video. It was put into me somewhere. I don't know who taught me this. I don't know where I learned this. I don't know how I know this. Sometimes I remember faces. People walk up to me. Is your name Lisa? Oh God, here we go. Yeah, but I don't know you. And that was it. I remembered this guy. And I remembered that I wanted to work with him in music, and all of a sudden the same interest is there. But then I got to remember, okay, try to remember, who were you when you talked to this guy? What does this guy remember of you? Yeah, was I a bitch? Did I act up? Did he know, what happened? And I could only pull 3 memories, bro. 3, 4. First time when we met, when we all sat down in the freaking, you know, at the fucking, Hypnotic's fucking little meeting. Second time we met was at the function. I had just finished up Drives, which was my song, and everybody was fully impressed. Third time we met, I went to his show. Fourth time we met, I went to his show. And I never saw him again. So that's all I got. If there was anything in between, fuck. Then I'm fucked. I was lucky to get that many memories. That's about as many memories I could get out of Bobby, too. There was like 5. I could get like maybe 5 memories, and none of them were sex. He says there was 10 or 12 of those. Oh, fuck, bro. I don't know, bro. Fuck. And that's it. Like, I was married to their father for years. I don't fucking know. Nothing. I can see these harsh memories of him fucking tearing my ass up. And we have, you know what I mean? What memories do you have of a person and of your life after you're this old, bro? You're like, this was my best friend. Okay, but try to put those into memories. How many do you remember? Can you remember a lifetime with them? You remember all those years? Or you remember like 5 or 6 fucking memories out of all these years of hanging out day after day after day after day after day? I don't know. I'm just saying that's all I ever fucking do with this shit. And it's going to be captivating and it's great for everyone. But it's a really tragic, disgusting story called My Life. And you'd be wondering why I'm not that love and light type bitch. But that's the beautiful part. It's like, dude, the alchemy of taking such awful fucking, you know, and not turning into a serial killer or something, not eating human flesh. A Lilith joke was going to surface, but we're not going to do that. Surface munchers. No succubus today. So there's your current energy. Didn't really say what's going to happen tomorrow, because tomorrow's another day, and who gives a shit about tomorrow? Who's going to give us strength to do shit tomorrow? Do you have anything planned for tomorrow? I'm trying to get my kids in school, but I feel like that's like the oldest fucking tune I ever sing. Like, I do that every time. But I did my laundry, so we're not singing that same old tune. That's cool. We're going to check our oracles and see if we can get a message to go. One for the road, please. Otherwise, I ain't got shit for you. Again, I'm not racing to do music. I know a studio where to go to once I got it all together, and, you know, then we'll go. And I'm just going. I've learned, dude. You don't get here and then just, you know, get some money and some ideas and just lose your training. I'm still not doing shit, really. I'm really not. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do according to, you know what I mean, rules, regulations, and God. That's about it. I really wanted, today that's what I said, I wanted to stay in bed. I tried to stay asleep. I got up at 8 and I had to do shit. I don't know what I did from 8 to 1. I really don't know. was here though. Where are we at? There we go. That's exactly where I was. We're in between worlds. I feel it. And that's very sad too. It's like I'm stepping into the new world, but I'm still walking around the old world. It's a good way to describe it. Where do I go to? 11. Buy the book. I said buy the book, but I think it meant for you to buy the book. Alright, on page 8. Essential meaning. Transitions. Not quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness. No man's land. That's pretty much where I was today. Why weren't you posting? I don't know, I was just in my mind. I was just sitting around in my body all day. I really didn't have a thought to save me. I was just, talking to the spirit all day. Seeing visions and stuff. Doing fucking shit. I don't know. I did shit. That's what I mean. You'll see me out there. I'm doing shit. I have proof. I have receipts. Literal receipts. I was out places. My Google fucking Maps will tell you where I went today and what I did. I talked to people. I probably was friendly. All kinds. I mean, I did. What did you do today, bitch? I went to the dollar store. I did laundry. I remember coming, I don't know. That trip up north was the longest. Then from there I had to go to I went to the post office. I sound like an old ass person, bro. Like, I did a couple things, but it took all day. It really did. It took all my day. Anyways, between the worlds is where you must let go and tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. I don't know. I mean, I kind of know. They told me. That's all. It's like, I don't know who I'm going to fall in love with. I don't know what exactly, but I mean, they told me the outlook. You're gonna make music and put it on the radio. You're gonna fall in love. You're going to start this. You're gonna get this freaking documentary out. They got a lot of projects for me. They told me what I'm going to do. Do you see how I say? I'm not saying I'm going to. I'm like, when they tell me I gotta do it, then that's the day I do it. This is how we... Until that day, we stay in today. That's what I was trying to explain. Cultivating curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lesson of recent experiences. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. I mean, I don't know. I tell you all the time, fuckers. There is a great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life. And that, for somebody that lives predictability, it would drive you absolutely crazy. Because, yeah, I'm just chilling. And then I'd be like, come on, let's go get... My spirit says, let's go get an ice cream. My spirit said, let's go for a ride. You know what I mean? And then we're like an hour later and, it would drive you crazy. You never know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really not doing nothing until they tell me to get up and do something. And then I do it. And then I come back and it's usually, to me, doesn't seem like much. But then I was like, damn, that was a whole lot of shit. I mean, they gotta take me out. Like, it's like walking your dog, right? They gotta get me out of here once a day and shit. So even if I try to avoid leaving the compound, they'll find some way to drag me out. That's what happened last night. It was like 10 o'clock and I didn't have no cigarettes. I was like, fuck. And I was like, well, I don't know. I was lost in between time and space. I was like, it's like 10 o'clock and on a Sunday. I don't know if the gas station up the street is open because we'd be in small towns and shit. So maybe we should take the car. So then we took the car, messed around, came back, sat in the car for an extra 30 minutes while I was watching videos and she was eating candy. No, we didn't plan this. I put my jammies on. I took my bra off. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I just ate something and now I want a cigarette and I ain't got one. That's exactly what happened to me. And this could drive you crazy. Because I really am calm and mellow until it's just like a wild hair up my ass. And you're going to ask me why. I don't know. That's really going to piss you off all the time. You want answers. I don't know. I don't know why I'm going in the car and going that direction. I might even go the wrong direction, but they want me in the car. You ever sat in the car and turn on the music? A lot happens. Like, in essence, I mean, seriously, it could drive you crazy.
I was staring at this guy's car because I heard someone talking, and there was someone in there. And I was just staring at them, and I couldn't see them. People on the window were like, oh, hi, and I walked
People do
away.
that all the time. They don't know I'm sitting in my car. Alright, anyways, let's see. There's a great freedom in the power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within divine matrix of conscious, greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expected. I know. What are you... I be trying to play stupid, right? Right? Let's play stupid, right? Let's act like Russ is writing that song to Jonica, right? He's telling Jonica that he loves her and that, you know, he didn't know that what love was until he met her, and this is it, right? That's what I turn his words against him all the time. I know what you're fucking doing, but you're doing some dirty douche shit. You're a dirty douche. In the essence, it's like, you're gonna have to stop talking, dude. It's so sad. I'll be feeling sad for him. And that's it too. I feel sad for you, but you don't walk in it, and that's just it. It takes no effort. It takes one wild hair up one of these guys' ass. Don't act like I don't already love them. That I wouldn't be able to love them. They have to make a commitment to love me first. And why wouldn't I commit back to them? Why? They know what they're getting, and I would know what I'm getting. You're just playing games, Russell. And this game is, you're gonna lose this game, bro, because it's not a game. I'm not a game. I'm not a toy. I'm not just a lyric in any of your fucking songs. You're gonna be writing a hell of a sad song when you see me bumping and grinding my fucking dude in fucking public on fucking TMZ.
What?
I'm just saying. It goes back to you too, Marshall. You're an asshole. You found a unicorn and you're gonna let someone else ride it? Alright. I'm cool with it. I mean, in essence, that's what it is. It's like, you guys didn't have the balls, bro. You didn't have the balls, and you're gonna get stuck with a fucking Hollywood square is what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. Anyways, the seeds you planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expected. When you are between worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so, and you will not be disappointed. Relationship message. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. This is not a moment of certainty, but rather a discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. It's very interesting because before I got on here, I was thinking about what this girl wrote in this book. She wrote like a wish list, dude, of what she considered, I think that's what was in here. The woman that had this book, I was writing, it's right here. She wrote like a wish list, right? No kids under the age of 18, owns a home, steady employment. So I thought about this before I came in, and it's like, what would your wish list be? That's what the Holy Spirit said. What would you want? If you could build a man, we're going to build a bitch here. We're building a bitch. What would you want him to be? You know, optimism, spontaneity, an ability to have to access joyfulness. And whatever, it doesn't have to be all the time, but something. Have something in his life that brings him joy where he acts like a kid. He's got to have something that he has to have the ability to access joy, to show me that he can be joyful. He has to have some kind of love and desire for children. He doesn't have to have his own, but he has to have a desire to want to be a dad. Because he's gonna put on those roles right away, even before I make him a dad, he's gonna be a dad. So I want him to have that natural desire to want to, you know what I mean, father, which is protect, provide, and, you know what I mean, not discipline, but in the sense of guide and, you know what I mean, instruct. You know what I mean? Teach my kids what guys do in this world and what a guy's, you know what I mean, a guy's point of view, other than, you know, what mom says all the time. Can be useful. Hey, stop. You can make it. Stop. Because then you drag me out there for 15 minutes of sniffing to sniffy. It's not like you're going to piss the second. Dude, I've seen dogs piss down the hallway. Not this one, dude. We'll walk around for half a mile and she still won't pee. She'll do this whole show and still won't pee. She's lying. I'll put you on the toilet before we do all this. Trying to rush me. She's trying to rust me. Rust my feathers. Anyways, going back to it, as far as the relationship, you know, that's what this is too, is like practice. I was, you know, every time I was offered a relationship with any of these guys, it was always a battle to act in those feelings. So I learned to overcome the battle of holding back my feelings and going with them. You know what I mean? In the sense of going back to this relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? You know what I mean? And in essence, that's a basic conversation when you sit down with the opposite or same sex, depending on whatever kind of date night situation that would be. Well, what are you looking for? What do you like? What do you dislike? You should be able to answer these questions. What values are important to you? You know, a sense of family isn't necessarily important because we're going to build a new sense of family. And to be honest, I got to be perfectly honest, a disconnected family would make me feel even more comfortable in the sense of you don't already have previous programming and baggage. We all have family. We all come from somewhere. But I don't want to have to drag, you know what I mean? In essence, is getting you to reprogram with me, us programming each other to our new lifestyle, and then we have to bring, you know, your friends have to get on the program, your family has to get with the program, everybody has to get with this new program, which is us as a family unit. This is all new to everybody. Well, we're trying to figure out our program. Everybody's got a, you know what I mean? Everybody's got, you know, something to say about the program. And that's kind of what I mean by that. Is like a sense of family isn't necessary, but in the sense of, you know, a longing for a family is something to work with, a desire for a family, again. What else? Humor. A sense of humor. I'm very raw. You can't be so serious, dude. You're gonna get your feelings hurt all the fucking time. You can't be too raw. But at the same time, you gotta be able to be, like, raw with your feelings, dude. You gotta be able to tell me if I hurt you, or if I've pissed you off, or if you're afraid. And you gotta be able to overcome fears with me. We're gonna be faced with all kinds of fears. We're gonna be scared a lot. There's a lot of feelings that it's gonna take to deal with a person like me. You know what I mean? I guess emotional maturity or availability. I wouldn't say mature. We learn how to, you know, how to work through our feelings, and that's the way the maturity comes from. But the emotional availability, to be available to deal with this right now. I can't deal with this is a thing that happens in a conversation, a heated conversation. I just can't deal with this right now. Meaning you're not emotionally available to have this conversation right now. You don't have it in you right now. Maybe later you might come back to it, or we'll never have the emotional availability or space to have this conversation that, you know, that got us in emotional. That's what I mean about that, you know, that space. It doesn't mean you have to be, you know, you can act up and just totally blow up, and I can sit there and be understanding. But are you going to have the space that we can, you know what I mean, heal what just happened, or we're going to have to just, you know, pretend like it didn't, because that's not going to happen. In the sense of, we're going to make mistakes. Everybody does. You're going to end up almost treating me like the last person and then catching yourself, and vice versa. Why? Because those are old programs. You know what I mean? You have to learn new programmings with dealing with new people. You can't treat everybody the same. All your girlfriends, that's probably why your relationships with your girlfriends don't work, because you treat them all the same and you don't treat girlfriends well. You know, shit like that. Going back to it all, so it's an education process, and that's what it is. It's like, you know, What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. And that's it too, is like, I'm not rushing a relationship because of all of those ups and downs too. Everything that comes with everything I do is a lot of emotional, it's a lot of emotional work. And that's, as the alchemist, that's what I do, is I take all these emotions and I alchemize them and I put them in the words and into teachings. So I go out and have experiences and then I turn that experience into a teaching lesson. But ultimately, no matter what, turning it into it happens with me in the experience. Just me walking through the fucking store is one hell of an experience, bro. Let me tell you what I witnessed, what I felt, what I smelt, what I saw, how people acted, and you know what I mean, all the things that weren't said as I walked through the valleys. And that's just really it. It's like, putting on all these experiences is putting on a lot of emotions. New ones. All new ones, of course, and not difficult ones, but it's a lot. It's putting on a lot. Prosperity message. In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in a new and difficult arena. And that's it. I'm taking my shit to film. Remaining curious and with the right combination of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. And my videographer has been working, he works with celebrities above me, but he's been working with film, longer than I started working with music. When I started working with him, people knew him right away. And not just in Denver, dude. Like, he's literally worked with, Marshall's he's worked with a lot of major rappers. And so, going back to it, it's like, he's gonna know who to call. He's gonna know how this works. I don't know how it works. How did the Tiger King get his story up on fucking Netflix and we all fucking ate that shit up? I don't know, but they know. They know. And that's what it is. It's like, they work their whole lives to know the right person. They know who to call. Ghostbusters. Protection message. Be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you planned or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. On page 11. Again, it's always 11:11, new beginnings. I saw that earlier. As far as doing music with that artist, the music I'm looking at is becoming very gospel, bro, which is not a problem. And that's what I saw earlier as I was thinking about making it a side A and a side B, you know what I mean? The light and dark sides of it. Two sides to every coin, maybe is what I'll call it. But at the same time, it's like, you can't just ask people to spread the word of God that maybe don't even believe in God. I thought about that earlier. It's like, I don't know what he raps about. I don't know where his mentality is. I don't know how he feels about spirituality and about, feelings. And that's all my music is about healing. So even though that's just like the rest of you rappers do. Just because you can speak doesn't mean you can speak on this. And again, I ain't mad at you. In the Pac version, I ain't mad at you. You can't be something that you're not. And that's just like me going into the film. I gotta do something I've never, this isn't my area. I'm gonna have to be guided into this. And that's it too. It's like, he hasn't established a full career to where he's known as being, an underground rapper or this rapper or that type of rapper. But again, when you're doing collaborations, it's affiliations. It's like, let me tell you, I'm trying to make not Christian music, but definitely, positive healing music. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I don't know if that will work out. But, in essence, maybe I could still get a friend out of it. And that's it. It's like, I'm creating a type of music that others don't create. NF would be able to. NF could collaborate with me if I wasn't making fun of his wife all the fucking time, possibly. But, I mean, I don't know. And the essence is that he's already in that field of where I'm going in. He's in it, and he's considered a Christian rapper, though. He's already put a label on him. Which is not a bad thing, because I am spreading the message, but it's not limited to Christ. Because when you do something like that, there's a lot of, as you know, pagan religions that, you know what I mean, that are against the Christian nation, the Christian belief system, because of what the Christians did to their own country in the name of Christ. You have to understand where this goes, where the bad blood runs. And it really was, people killed in the name of Christ. They said that they did that, you know what I mean, that it was justifiable to wipe out, other religions and stuff like that. They took the hand of God upon themselves and did such things. And, only God gets to decide such things. And that's not how it works. They tried to say that, those were the chosen people, and if you weren't chosen, then you were cursed. And, something similar to what runs the, the current wars that we're having regularly. But I don't want to be I don't want to be deemed as a Christian singer, because then you're only in. Can you imagine? No offense, NF, but I'm not hanging out with all gospel, all love and lighters, all praise Godders. They're all in the light, and they're so grateful for what God's done, but they don't remember what God's done. They don't see that God working in everybody else's life because they're so high and mighty in the light. They're blinded by the light, is what I heard. In the sense of, I'm dark by nature. You can't put me with dark rappers. You can't put me on a rap caviar. You can't put me at a fucking dance fucking festival. This is going to be extraordinary. It might be limited to, it might be extremely exclusive. It's going to be its own genre and its essence. And that's why we have to say it's just positive music. Because it can't, is only positive music Christian music? Is that what we deem? Because that's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Christ in all my songs. There's one song. And the other one is, letting God work through your life, but it's not all about, that. I don't want to be on, I know there's all these Christian channels and stuff, but they're not going to put a witch on a Christian channel. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm not Beyonce, I'm not buying the radios. They're not buying this shit. With my witch laugh. That only makes it better. I don't know. Again, I don't know how this is going to work. It's God's plan. He's planning on breaking all the rules and making it happen for me, for us, for the world. It's just a great story. And really, that's all it is through my stories, you can see that, we're all human, and you find compassion, love, forgiveness, and healing in my videos. That's all he wants it out there for, bro. It's actually quite humiliating and embarrassing all the way around for me. There's a lot of sense of, victory in the sense of, overcoming sadness and trials and tribulations and shit. But keep in mind, I'm drug around with my kids, poor, trusting God and following it around, and everybody betraying me and hurting me all the way along the way. So it's, it's a great story, but it was my life, bro, and it was hard. I was just trying to fucking figure out what was wrong with my mind, and ended up becoming, the teacher of the universe. Told that I gotta get married and have kids and do all this fucking shit, save the world and shit. That's not what I signed up for, or I guess that's exactly what I signed up for, but, a lot was put on me, and I'd be like, no, not today, Nika. It's gonna be a great story, and that's why the story needs to be told, because that's what God does. It's so poetic. It's just like, all the prophets, and what he always did is just comes and fucks up your life. In essence, that's why I said I can't be around the love and lighters. God transforms me into a beautiful, what I am tonight. What the fuck am I now? And that's where they hit this place of ultimate transformation where they're like, love and light, love and light, love and light, praise God, God is good, 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 good. You can come on any of my channels and see I don't speak like that. Fucking God, damn it, God, why, God? God is fucking with me today. Do you know what I mean? I'm not rolling on the same bus as them, where they're all praise God. I'm like, fuck God, fucking God, motherfucker God. Do you think they want me on their bus? No, bro. Does it mean that I don't love God any more than I love God more than you ever could? Maybe not. I rebel harder than you could, but I still have, and that's what it means. It's like he doesn't, and that's what I get to show people. It's like that. You don't get to say I'm ungodly because I be saying fuck God all the time. He don't care. He still loves me. He shows you all day. He's suffocating the shit out of me. If he was in your life like he was in my life, you tell him to give it a break too. Instead, you're calling him in because you ain't got it. You haven't had enough of him. I've had enough. Going back to it, it's like, give me some space. He is space and time. Father Time. He created space and everything in it. It's like he ain't going nowhere. Going back to it, it's like, but at the same time, no, they're not gonna let me, be like, yeah, fucking God. What'd God do to you? God, fucking God. That's how I talk, people. That's not how they talk in the churches. That's why we have to have a spiritual community where we can talk freely. Because in church, you can't talk like that. There's rules around church. Spirituality lets you be free in your spirit, bro. You're free to be you. And to be met with kindness and compassion, understanding and forgiveness. Don't be an asshole. I understand you're in your feelings, but you're not, you better harness that shit. You can't be acting like that all the time. Hey, I'm just saying. There's a bright future on the horizon, but it's going to take work. It's not going to look like what we want, and none of us can see it yet. And I was thinking about that too, Russ. Here you go, going off, launching your, you're like sailing your boats into the fucking horizon, into the storm and shit. And I told you, I barely picked up the pen and paper. I still haven't been guided to do shit. And as soon as I was guided, they took me on a different direction. Did any of us see this coming? I mean, sort of. You saw the 5-year plan. You didn't just see it that it was, now's the time to launch. And we're going to launch in 5, 4, wait. And that's where it is. It's like, you're not following the Holy Spirit. I'm going to pull that out tomorrow. Tomorrow we've got a 10-day forecast that'll tell you what to look forward to the next 10 days. And I'm also going to pull out the Sabbath so we can see what the planets are doing to confirm the bullshit. See what God's doing in our lives. I'm going to upload that video. It's pretty hideous. I don't know. I mean, it didn't. I realized, I was like, oh man, this is going to go bad. It was probably the last 5 minutes it got bad. I couldn't hold it any longer. I shit myself. You're gonna shit yourself too. Later, haters.